got you in my sight. I keep all the words you said to me. I get you, get you, get you, get you on your knees. Rewrite all the things you said that I should be. I'll get you, get you, get you, now you'll beg me please. Hey, now I stay away, you were never meant to save me. Now I stay away, I don't hear you say you're sorry. Hate I even loved you, hate I fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I kinda fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I kinda fell in love with you. With you, I cried with you, now wanna be alone. I lied for you, I tried for you, you wouldn't play alone. I got you in my sight, I keep all the words you said to me. I get you, get you, get you, get you on your knees. Rewrite all the things you said that I should be. I'll get you, get you, get you, now you'll beg me please. Hey, now I stay away, you were never meant to save me. Now I stay away, I don't hear you say you're sorry.
hello, and welcome back to another night of some CS here on Darkest Hour Twitch, and they will be playing Inferno. I know that's probably not much of a surprise because this has to be your 6th match of Inferno. Hyper as well, also quite the Inferno team on top of it all, but Darkest Hour did win Knife Run, so we will be going CT side. Team Hyper goes T side, while my co-caster, Parker here, continues to verify his CSGO files.
I think we're getting in right now, so I'm excited for this one. Darkest Hour, looking good so far throughout their season. Really opened things up strong. They are coming off a win, so they're currently 3-2, but looking to add the 4th one to that tally tonight here, Olin.
Yeah, and early utility going through alt mid. We got 4 players shuffling their way up into apps slowly but surely. Bomb strapped to the backs as they start taking a little bit of Hall's control. But Darkest Hour stack 4 players in on this A site, 2 in lane and 2 in arches, leaving just MJB on his lonesome to just kind of play a contact style over there. It's now stuffing, posted up, waiting, playing contact off his teammate. Ooh, but in the meantime, MJB just staring down a Deagle with a little bit over a minute left on the clock. Team Hyper look like they are going to be committed to this A site here. 3 popping out through apps with the God Flash most likely over top, smoke in through cross. 1 going to be coming in through mid. Nova shuffling his way back here. Going to actually take the contact play towards top mid. And that's the better decision. Finds the first kill. Stuffing does find 1. Nova gets a good one as well. It's a 4-on-3. Hippo going for the smoke all the way towards library. Readjusts in towards lane. He's going to have 3 CTs staring at him from the other side. Mustang takes a shot. Gets Stuffing down to 38 HP. Do see a kid here on these CTs, but it's going to be 4 players in towards lane. MJB finds himself a double. Hippo finds 1. It's down to just Hippo on his lonesome. MJB taking the fight in towards mini pit, and MJB with the triple to close out the pistol.
Yeah, good opening round there from Darkest Hour. Able to close that one up. You saw the kills coming through mid. They followed up the alley and are closing out that last one. They'll get the defuse here. Starting off 1-0, Darkest Hour. Looking good right off the break after winning that knife round. Take the pistol. You got to be feeling good after a start like that.
Yeah, firing up that extra cash, but we do Hyper with that bomb plant. Definitely going to have that extra cash flow to be buying this. We'd already see a Galil, AK being bought up. So Darkest Hour, it's not going to be the easy round that they might be hoping for with the 4 MP9s, but I mean, this is Inferno. Everything is well within SMG range other than mid, so, you know, why the hell not?
You know, exactly. I mean, you just got to be able to attack here, especially on the CT side. You want to stack your rounds early, and it looks like that's going to be the plan here for both of these teams, especially on this T side if you are Team Hyper. Buying up, trying to force the gunfights here early. I like this play if you're Team Hyper, but Darkest Hour so far has a good setup as looks like it's going to be the mid push, and it's going to be the first kill opening things up there as Nova falls.
Yeah, great peek over there, but it is one of the MP9 players down. MJB with the solo rifle as he's post up in towards the library side. As he's going to probably get a contact play. Ooh, almost got the timing, but at the same time, almost got himself caught out of position. Drops the smoke and repositions himself as Blums whiffs the standard NA smoke. I guess he forgot that there were skyboxes on this one, but MJB quickly falls in towards lane. It's going to be just Gur on his lonesome, but Blum does gun him down, and Stuffing, Toasty, already just kind of reminds me of Thanksgiving with these 2 players left up. They might just save or set up for some exits here.
Yeah, no, that looks exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to hold this middle area, not really seeing much as they're the last 2 remaining. You don't really want to give too much in this situation as they're really got this site locked down, and it looks like it's going to be the end of the round as there finally comes the engagement. Here comes Mustang holding the angle. It's going to be Hippo for the first, taking down Stuffing. All down to 1 now, and it should come through, and there it is as Deimos does clean up Toasty. Before Toasty did find 1, though, getting a little bit of value there in the end.
Yeah, but now you are going to see Darkest Hour in kind of already realizing they're in double save territory, so they're just going to force in Scouts, Deagles, and I swear if I see any of these players by a CZ, I'm going to be having some words. Just buy a damn 5.7. Oh, or Deagle. Deagles work too. P250 Gur, I mean, you know, he's a different type of man. Nova with the Scout because he's Nova. That's exactly what he does, and I mean, this is still a dangerous round for Hyper to have to contest with that nade. Obviously, it's opening up, but Toasty,
wow,
puts a Deagle round between the eyes of Blums and starts it off for Darkest Hour with a man advantage.
Yeah, no, that's a huge opening there as Blums will fall. It looks like the second one wasn't there as they're just holding their angles here now. Hippo Saber looking for this entry. There's a good opening. Again, it's NCMO this time. Hippo Saber does trade out MGB. The scout shot hits, but it's not enough for the kill here as now the push toward sites coming through. Team Hyper looking to get an opening here. Flashes come out, and it's going to be a good one. Still hiding in the smoke. Mustang from up top. He knows one's down there. He's trying to find it. The grenade won't find anything. Towards the site, Hippo Saber for the first. Mustang gets the second, and that opens things up.
Yeah, Stuffing and Toasty again. Mac 10. We do see Hippo on 7 HP. And Mustang 169. That nade might do a little extra, but a literal 1 damage there. But with this Deagle and Mac 10, these low players could easily fall within a shot from the Deagle or a good few from the Mac 10 as he's trying to take over this lane position. Toasty is going to have an AK as he does retrieve it, so he can take this fight versus Mustang. Obviously, time running slow. They're just looking to take these rifles away at this point. And if they can slow play this, the bomb might just take them all out anyway, other than Deimos. Deimos might be the only one, unless he gets shot with a Deagle now. Not a chance, because that's exactly what happens. And that should be a wipe for almost everybody, but we do see Hippo getting far enough away. Mustang does fall, and Hyper take their second round.
Yeah, great round by Hyper there. Once they were able to get a few kills towards that pit area, really opened things up on site for them. They were able to attack, able to get bomb control, and from there it was all she wrote. They got the picks they needed. They set up great. Granted, it was kind of a save round there for Darkest Hour, like we mentioned, but now here's their opportunity. Was that the full? Oh, what? You're right.
They were on double save. They all
yes,
had like 13
they were.
15.
I am so sorry for that one. I'm a little out of touch at the moment still with my casting. It's been a while since the switch to faces that I've been able to get on a game. But here we go. The op through the middle. They're not going to find anything through the start. But now slowing a little bit down here as we got a minute 30 in the round.
Yeah, Hyper realizing that after Darkest Hour did force bind that, they're going to be broke. But Toasty has the single rifle. There is that Deagle on Nova, and that's all he needs. That's all the man needs when he hits shots like that all the way down towards bottom of Banana. They're not going to rush to retrieve the rifle. They're actually going to rotate mostly everybody, and Stuffing will probably in the later rounds grab this rifle late, but it's going to be Gurr tucked in towards Nova. You know, he's on fire already with this Deagle. He finds two. Hippo with the quick trades, though.
Yeah, Hippo able to get good trades there. I think he has an idea that one is in that spot. I think he knows Gurr's there. The nade lands, and there's the kill. A great pickup there from Team Hyper as now they have this entire A-site control. It's going to be the rotation 3v2 here on the post plant as the bomb goes down. And now it's on to Darkest Hour. What can they do? They have an op and an AK. Are they going to elect to save these, or are they going to go for it? Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Now, we do see the op shuffling back. Stuffing maybe looking for just to take someone's life away. Stuffing does find one, but quickly falls. But MJB, with their finances they have, won't be able to have an op in the next round. So MJB playing it smart. A rifle, isn't the biggest thing to lose when you have the money. All in all, it was an AK at the end of the day. But Hyper are going to pick up their third. But I think once, the way Nova has been hitting these shots, once he gets that op in his hand and everyone else gets rifles, I think we're going to see a change of pace here, and Hyper might not be as comfortable as they are right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, they just look good off the break. But, I mean, you were able to bring an op into the second round, allowing that team buy to come through along with the op. So, you got stuff to work with now. This is Darkest Hour's chance to get back into this game and bring this back to a closer score. It's going to be the SG coming out here. Some COD guns being brought into play here by Deimos. I like, as a COD guy myself, I like that play. I mean, I know some people may not be a fan of the COD gun in the CSGO community. It's an iffy subject, but I'm a big fan. But here we go. A lot of utility being thrown towards this A site once again. Once again, it's going to be one SKP holding this middle down with the op, not going to be able to find anything, and it looks like it's going to be towards this A side as you see all 5 members slowly working up their way towards the site.
What's the positive of the SJ? Tell me right now.
Better ADS. It's the only thing I got. That's all I got. As a COD guy in me, I gotta give him some love.
Well, Mustang's giving a little too much love to Gurr there as he takes his head off with that AK. Nova of course Nova hits that, lands the shot through the corner of the wall there, just seeing a little bit of that leg. And again, it's going to be Hyper slowly working their way onto this site again. And Toasty is in a good position, but Hippo finds at least one. Toasty just getting the timing there, and it's going to be MJB. Posts up on site, finds one. He's got the crossfire set with Toasty. Toasty finds another, and it's going to be Blums on his lonesome getting one, but it's a 2-on-1. Toasty tucked in. He's going to play time here and just wait for the rotates to come in. And with the kit's utility, it's going to be Blums at 59 HP, 1-on-2.
I like this play as well. Wait for your teammate. Let them make the mistake, as they're just going to sit on site. It's going to be Blums by himself. Toasty going to be the point of contact, and there it is. Toasty cleans it up, and they're going to get this defused easy. Able to pick up some guns here. The AWP and the AK are going to be secured. A great round there from Darkest Hour. Able to get the kills. It really opened up that library kill onto, who was it? Hippo? Was a huge open up. I mean, great timing there. They got the play. It really opened up that backside of the site, and they were never able to recover for it. Was Team Hyper, and Darkest Hour gets their second round on the board.
Yeah, Hyper looking at the scoreboard right now, they're looking good, but really it's Hippo just carrying the team to these first early round victories. Sits 8-2. So if they can just slow Hippo down, Darkest Hour, they already got the first round in the books for them, and now with a potential reset here just about on the boards for that, if Hyper can't get a bomb plant down or more. But once again, Nova is hitting the shots, whether it's a deagle or it's an AWP. The man's doing what he has to do here.
100%. I mean, he's just been getting it done. I mean, you can't complain when your AWP is doing hitting shots like that. I mean, you saw the one in the last round, and now this round. And here he goes, lining up for another. Will they peak? That is going to be the question here. And it will be Hippo, though, trading out Nova now.
Good shots from MJB. Gets one look for a second. Mustang playing a dangerous game of repeat with the Tech 9, but also the Tech 9 as he guns down the bomb carrier, and Mustang to follow. So 2 for Nova, of course, and MJB with a clean triple for himself, and we are all tied up 3-3.
Yeah, good round there. Once again, able to get back into it. Now, like you said, 3-3. This is where it becomes a good opportunity for both these teams to kind of step it up and figure out who's going to really dominate this match. And right now, the momentum really starting to favor towards Darkest Hour here as they start to pick up this momentum.
Yeah, and again, no AWP, though, for Hyper. Nova, of course, posts up with his one true love, the AWP. But he's being versatile. He's now up in towards Banana this time about. MJB does take a little bit of damage, but Skip taking some nade. MJB actually getting tapped again, I think, from a molly that spread a little bit from him. Down to 43 as Gur goes for a top mid smoke, and Hyper just really looks like they like this A site, as the first 6 rounds seemingly have been A-centric at this point.
100%. I mean, I don't think you can word it any better, as it's going to be stuffing, holding this angle. Blums really tucked away here. The shots are going to ring through. It's towards this Banana. Shots through the smoke will hit. Blums does pick up stuffing. It is traded out by Toasty now. As we wait, a minute left in this round. It's really slowed down here. 4v4. A lot to play out.
They're getting the time and gets one. Hippo finds a quick double, and that is lane cleared out. Nova drops the molly perfectly timed. They're going to be able to displace them. Finds one. Not sure if he saw Hippo cross, but he's got to be aware. Sees the shoulder. Pulls out the P250. 34 HP. Finds his shot full blind. It's Deimos on his lonesome, and Nova's putting on an absolute clinic right now. He goes for the high ground. Misses the flick. It's going to be down to Toasty, but Deimos with a double to just absolutely clutch up. 1v2. Hyper take back the lead.
Yeah, just when you think Nova's going to get it done, it just doesn't fall his way, as Deimos able to save the out from the last round. A good clutch up there. Keeps Team Hyper's spirits back up. As a much-needed round after a few struggles there in a row. Gets them back into that driver's seat.
Yeah, Nova doing all he can, but it was just Hippo with that double in lane that just started the absolute collapse of that A site, putting Nova in a potential to have to clutch that. I mean, he does have this op again, posted up on B site, but it looks like Hyper are going to try and force himself up towards that. But
Nova.
Again, Nova rocking 137 ADR. The man gets at least one, while Gur goes on a little bit of a mission towards apps to maybe find a body or two.
Yeah, no, and they're going to need to find something here as MJB getting contact towards the side. It's going to be SKP picking up Gerd there on the steps. Now they're going to be pushing towards this apartment. Smoke comes out. There comes the flash over the top. Nade from Nova. A lot of damage done there. Great job on the utility. The shot will not land, though, and it's going to be SKP for the first. Nova falls. MJB finds one, but it's not going to be enough here as it's all down to Stuffing. 3v1 situation here towards site.
Stuffing could get a triple in just the split second of one mag from MP9. Mustang 10 HP, Blums 52, Skip 38, and the first one has to be Skip here playing contact, but Skip lands the headshot before Stuffing could really react too much other than put 2 bullets into his kneecaps there. So Hyper stringing a couple rounds back together and resetting the economy of Darkest Hour again.
Yeah, I think we got to talk about it. Hippo Saber has been the key so far for Team Hyper here. I mean, 11-5 to start the match. I believe it was 147 ADR, 129, excuse me. 81% hot headshot, just really exerting his will on the map right now. It has been the catalyst for this Team Hyper team as they currently have a 2-round lead here on this T side. The unfavored side here is it's going to be some utility, and they see a lot of pushing up there quick. It's going to be a fast round here as they're just flying up Banana his Darkest Hour. Hippo finds 1, Hippo finds 2, Hippo finds 3. Can he find the 4th? He does, and Deimos cleans it up. It's going to be a clean round there for Team Hyper as Hippo finds 4 in the round just as we were gassing him up.
And it looks like he's building up that confidence. You don't want someone like him. Already 15-5, and we're only on the 10th round starting.
Yeah.
Downside of this, Nova, he's got a rifle. Don't get me wrong, the man's a rifler. But obviously, when Nova's his bread and butter is the op, and you want him to have it. But Deimos, on the other hand, unless this can be stolen, they're going to go with a heavy setup towards alt mid. This could be, well, maybe not all good as the spray comes through, and Gur can only find one. A little bit of team flash, I think, there. But it's already dwindled down to a 2-on-4, and Darkest Hour might have to just play it safe as they can. Toast dodging the flash, getting one, bringing it to within reason, but it's going to be on potentially Nova to just stay alive and cause a little bit of commotion towards Banana as they now start making their way over towards Arches.
You know, and I think something we got to talk about is Hippo picks up another is these early round gunfights. They've really favored Team Hyper and giving them these man situations where they're up 1 or 2 players. And that's been really the story of this match so far. It comes down to those 1v1s in those situations where Team Hyper's really capitalized and put themselves in great positions to be ahead in this match so far, as it's now down to Nova. Like you said, he has this M4A1S. He's going to come into the crossfire here. It looks like he's going to peek out. Will he see anything initially? No, as they're just tucked away in library. And there it is. Deimos picks up another one, and Nova will fall now 3-7 towards Team Hyper.
And something that Darkest Hour may not have noticed, but Hyper have been triple nading apartments like every other round or so.
Yep.
And that's where we saw that first CT player fall, was in apps, because Darkest Hour haven't shown much presence other than Hall, and that's about it. But that was still rare occurrence, so I don't think they really knew that that's exactly where those nades were going. So whoever ran up into bedroom just got absolutely obliterated, and just that kind of started that crumbling of alt mid. I mean, they got 1 kill, but they lost 3 players. That's not the trades you want.
No, exactly. And that's where we're seeing these issues, I believe, starting out for this side is they've done a great job of coordinating their utility, and Darkest Hour really hasn't found an answer for it yet so far in this match. Hopefully with this timeout here, they're able to regroup, refocus, and reset their mentals here going into this 11th round, as they're currently down 4 rounds. There's still time to bring this back and win the half, but they got to pick it up now, and they got to find a response fast.
Yeah, and if it's going to be somebody, it's Nova with the Deagle again. The man has been surgical, to say the least. He's done some dentistry work lately, and, well, there we go. Toasty.
Oh, wow.
Catching a shot through the wall there. Still on 37 HP, so still alive and well-ish, but not full HP. We do see Stuffing playing the close angle here on logs, but again, this is a push towards mid. Nova quick to back off once Gur fell. MJB falling. Stuffing does find one. Nova gets sprayed down by none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Hippo Saver, as he's looking to find his now 20th kill, and it's maybe Toasty. And he does. That's 20 and 5 with 164 ADR. Hippo Saver, the saver of hippos and rounds, apparently.
Yeah, no, and it's looked good here so far for Team Hyper. They've kind of been on a roll ever since it was tied up 3-3. They've now won 5 straight. Darkest Hour, though, back on this bye now. This needs to be their response round. You have lost the first half, but all hope is not lost. But it needs to start here. Hippo on 20, like we mentioned, just looks unkillable at the moment. Finding everything in the round. He has been a buzzsaw for this Team Hyper side. And now it looks like it's going to be just a 3-2 hold here. But Deimos once again opens up, and Nova's going to fall. Losing that op battle there through mid. It has not gone his way so far today. Deimos now, though, tagged up from stuffing, down to 21 HP. As this round slowly works its way towards this A site.
Yep, and it's going to be a 2-2 split on these sites. Skip taking a little bit of team nade damage there, I think, as we do see MJB and Gur, starting to slowly move their way back in towards site, turtling up and leaving Toasty to rotate back in, because this is the 11th A hit, I think, for Team Hyper, and stuffing gets caught off by the lurk, and that's actually going to send a rotate of Toasty back. Partially, MJB does find one. But does he realize there's a second player? Gur finds one. Shots from the back. Skip finds a double, and it's now down to just Toasty. 1-on-3. Knows that Skip is close here. Front. Wins the fight. Put on 19 HP. Deimos is down to 21 HP, but with an op, you don't really need that much health as he looks to take this fight now.
Yeah, no, good pickup there from Toasty, but now you're in a backs against the wall situation. The site's pretty well locked down. You have the op on site. You have Blums holding that off angle, so in case that they do need those reinforcements, looks like the peak is going to start coming through, and he's going to check it, and Deimos does not miss tonight. He picks up another one with that op, now 8 and 6, making it look easy as Team Hyper now 9-3 here on the T side for Inferno.
Yeah, and this A site has just been hit over and over and again, and I think a lot of the failures might lie in the fact that Gur sits 3 and 11. He is the central piece. He's sitting balcony, he's sitting halls. He's getting some damage, but he's not getting the kills needed. And now, 3 FAMASs are out. We do see it is going to be Nova on a FAMAS as well, and here we go. Team Hyper making their way up alt mid to just start this A take early on, and there's still a minute 35 seconds left.
Yeah, and I like this position from MJB as he's able to get 1 or 2 here. You'll be very happy if you're Darkest Hour. Hippo's going to throw that molly through as now it becomes a waiting game. It looks like it's going to be this A site once again. 2 still towards B. The smoke will hold off anything here as they retreat towards site. You see 3 members tucked in towards site here. Still waiting for this push to come through. It's been a slower one here from Team Hyper. Now down to a minute as they slowly back up. And it might be a rotation here as you see members all leaving site. It looks like they might be taking this 1B on.
Yeah, we do see Blums and Deimos with Bomb making their way up slowly, but not quietly anymore as they drop a molly. Downside is Hippo Saver, he's on the lurk, and, well, that's absolutely terrifying. We do see Stuffing kind of aware that there is a potential there as a flank, as Arches is wide open. MJB now repositioning to try and help, and the rotates might be in, but we do see Hippo Saver. He's going to throw kind of a wrench in the works here for this defense.
Yeah, and there's the pickup from the back end. Hope is taken down. That's a big one, but SKP still finds the first on the site. Stuffing tagged down. I don't know if they know he's here. Here comes the bomb plant. The shots are going to come through. It's not going to find anything as the site is cleared off. MJP finds Deimos, though. Now a 4v2 advantage here for Darkest Hour. This is the retake they've been needing. You got 3 towards this site now. And here comes this execution. The flash comes through. The first one falls. J-Blums finds 2 before falling. Huge value there. DHCS finds 2 himself. Mustang will fall. All down to Mustang and MJB.
Oh, and that's the M4 for you. Gets the ding, can't get the kill. And Hyper find a 10th round early on. Darkest Hour need to at least close this out with 5 to give themselves any chance at this point. I mean, it was a B take finally, and they had the numbers, but the timing was off. I don't know who it was, but there was a T post up on Coffins that was able to just get 2.
That was J Plums. Yeah, J Plums just sat in the smoke, got the first 2, wasn't traded out until MJB finally got him. And in a situation where it looked like Darkest Hour was in control and finally turning it around there on the round as a NA Molly comes through. Okay.
We take those.
We take those. We'll give it a good second try here as it goes over this time, but yeah, I mean, Team Hyper has just been capitalizing on the mistakes so far, and Darkest Hour really needs to close up those small mistakes. They haven't been really getting beat that bad, but it's situations like that where SKP and Hippo Saber are just able to pick off 2 with really no effort put through as Mustang finds the 3rd. Toasty, though, does trade out J-Blums. They're able to pick up a gun here, hopefully, but no, it won't, as Hippo adds another 2 to his name, and that's another 3K for Hippo. Now 11-3 here, and we're going into the last round of the half, and things are looking bleak for the Darkest Hour.
I mean, you take Hippo out of this equation, and the scoreboard essentially looks the same.
Yeah.
For the most part, but Hippo 23-7. The closest person to him is Skip at 13-9, followed by MJB, who's 12-11. The man's just doubled and tripled down on everybody else in the server, and he seemingly can't be stopped right now.
Not at all, and I mean, he's been by far the MVP of this match so far. It's MJB's going to get up close and personal here. He's going to find the first. Mustang takes down 1. You still have to worry about the op in the back, but that Molly's going to give them good angles to hold, but Hippo Saber finds another. MJB's going to fall, and now, once again, you're in a 3v3 situation, but the health is so low for Darkest Hour as SKP picks off another, and a round that maybe looked like Darkest Hour had a good play. They were pushing up early, catching him off guard. Hippo turns it around by himself.
Oh, Nova with an uncanny couple of misses there, and it's down to Toasty on 5 HP to, well, now actually play retake on the B side because they kind of flipped it around, and for the second time in a row, Hyper really mixing it up here and going B again, which is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic based on their early play in the game. I do like the switch-up, though, as it has resulted in 2 really good plays. Down to 5 HP, Toasty, 1v3 against the world. Smokes it off, here's the op, and Damos refuses to miss, as it's a 12-3 half, and things are looking dark for the Darkest Hour.
Well, it is the darkest before the dawn, or whatever the hell that quote was. Just, you know, things suck before it gets better is essentially what it boils down to. And
exactly.
The first half sucked. But it's now the second half, which means you can completely start over if your team hasn't tilted, which, I mean, it's Nova and Stuffing. They don't tilt, right? Well, they might. But I have full faith in Nova's capability to gather his team, tell them to shut up, and just kill the other team and win.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to take a buggy approach on this T side now. You have to win your pistol. If you don't win this pistol, you're putting yourself in a predicament where you're really just taking the life out of the team. If you take this pistol and you can push through a little bit, you make it puggy, you make it interesting, you make it scrappy, there's a good chance Darkest Hour could make a run at this and make it interesting, but they got to cut down on the mistakes that we've seen so far in this match.
You know, I would like to say that there was some mistakes, but at this point, it's just Hippo Saver was winning all the fights in lane. I mean,
as well, yes.
Early on, I mean, you know, we're talking when it was, 3-3, 3-4, Hyper strung a couple rounds together, and, then Darkest Hour won a couple, and then it was evened out. Nova was looking good. He was looking on fire.
Yes.
He was looking, on par with Hippo Saver. And then all it took was a few confidence-building rounds, and here we are, 12-3, match paused. Hopefully it's just Darkest Hour going deep into the strategy book here to make sure they can secure at least the first 3 rounds before Hyper have rifles. And even then, you're down 6 rounds. That's still within reason here. And, if they can just gather themselves, which Darkest Hour have very capable players of doing that, then there's still a chance.
Right. I mean, the biggest thing here is that you can't get down on yourself. Forget the scoreboard. It's a new half, a new game. Just just play your game, play smart. I mean, if Nova can get his confidence back, he was, like you said, going kill for kill with Hippo there for the beginning. And I honestly thought once Deimos got his op and took away Nova's confidence, that's where the game shifted. I don't think Deimos was talked enough about through us for that, as he shut down those lanes there really well in the middle. And it really resulted in let Hippo play his game, open things up for him, and he was able to go on his run there, if you want to call it that, at 24-7. But it's got to start from the bottom. I mean, Gur's got to step it up, and so does Stuffing. I mean, they've both really struggled there on their CT side. Maybe they're just T-side players. We don't know. But
I mean, Stuffing was a B player. He didn't really get too much action there.
True.
Gur, yes, struggled early. It's just, it's a confidence thing. One went to someone went to the bathroom.
He might have fallen in. Hopefully he didn't.
I mean, yeah, it's just at this point, it's a mental game for Darkest Hour. And
Yes.
as long as the confidence is there, and, they can win these gunfights. And at this point, it's, establish where Hippo is and maybe go the other route. It's not going to hurt.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's all going to come down to this pistol, in my opinion. If you win the pistol in your Darkest Hour, you have a chance. If you don't, I think Team Hyper capitalizes. The confidence carries from the first half, and they just roll out the last few rounds and win it 16-3. But again, it's all going to come down to this pistol, if you ask me.
I mean, long pause here. Hopefully cools down Hyper, while apparently player may or may not have fell into the toilet. Still be determined here. Always explosive number 2. Well, happens to the best of us. This is what happens when we have poor diet. But it's okay. The man gathered himself and probably had to wash himself off, and he's back.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you need, right? He was pooping out the bad vibes. That's what it was. He was getting rid of the bad energy, and now he's ready to go.
Yep. Good for him. As long as Toasty makes sure he buys. There you go. Toasty bought. Just, have to play it safe here. But T-side starting up here. 4 sets of armor, double flash smoke for Darkest Hour, and Hyper going double flash, 4 sets, and a defuse kit here, putting 3 on B, kind of the deep rotate being played here from Deimos, as he looks to just be the setup man here. And where is Hippo at? Hippo is a B player, which that is currently where Darkest Hour are looking to maybe start stacking some bodies.
Hippo sitting on 146 ADR. I did not realize it was that high still. Very incredible performances. Mustang going to be dinked down. Stuffing's going to pick up the first. The Hippo will get one, but does fall to Nova, so a good opening here. Gives you the man advantage. 4v3, but the planter's taken down, but Gur takes down SKP. Going to fake this plant. Going to hold this angle here towards the mid, but now you have MJB watching over. You have Toasty covering up the church side. MJB with a big one on Deimos, all down to J-Blums, and this is the start you need if you're Darkest Hour. You got info on the last guy. You're able to tuck it in, and you should come away with this round win.
Yeah, this is a contact swing here from Gur. He should be able to get this one fairly cleanly. Blums just kind of checking every angle feasible at this point, but too many angles, and there it is. Gur hitting the tap knee, and there we go. A fairly clean round. Hippo only allowed to get one, which is a good way to control this man. Don't let him don't give him the ability to start taking 1-on-1s. Swing him simultaneously if need be. Shut the man down, and just make sure he doesn't get started. And start yourself. Give Nova these kills. Got Nova on the rifle, MJB rifle of his own, double MAC-10. We have a full save from Hyper, and we are seeing the Covenant, the once rarely seen 5-man B stack down Bunana.
Here it is. It's going to be quick. First kills are going to be found as Wow, Toasty and Stuffing just did work there towards Banana. All down to 1, and we're seeing some life here out of Darkest Hour, and Toasty finds the other. Toasty's going to get 4 in the round, and Stuffing picks up one of his own, and that's the confidence that Darkest Hour might need to get this thing going.
Yeah, and honestly, 4 MAC-10 kills have never hurt anybody financially. But J-Blums, being the absolute menace he is, decides to go for the most godforsaken thing feasible. If Jay Blums plays B, then he's a menace with the XM. Nope, he's running apps. If he doesn't run apps, then I don't know what's going on at this point.
This is a menace play for sure. We love when the shotty comes out, but I want to see how he uses it here. It is going to be towards apps. You have your team pushing up towards B very quickly, as Mustangs can get the first. The bomb's still waiting in spawn, as you have a pretty good hold here if you are Team Hyper, but a great molly comes out. Mustang has to give up his location and smoke himself off. Now the nades are going to come through. That should find good damage. It will. Mustang going to be taken down to 41. You still have a man advantage, though, if you are Team Hyper. Hippo playing towards Arch here. Just going to hold this mid-angle, waiting for someone to push him. MJB, the molly comes over. And a minute left in the round.
Yeah.
No real push has been made.
Toasty, here's a third person rotating around. They're not completely bent on the fact that that is a complete rotate. We do see him kind of hovering in towards that CT spawn. It's a 2-1-2 kind of setup in it. You're just seeing, again, Hippo Saber floating, kind of playing arches, kind of playing B, wherever he may be needed. And right now it's looking like A is where he might have to help out just a little bit more towards.
Yeah, and here comes the push as SKP forced to back up. Shots will ring out. He will be tagged. There comes the rotation back from Hippo. Hippo will find the first, but Toasty will trade one out. A good pickup as Jay Blums. Oh, Jay Blums with the shotgun is a menace. Toasty finds one. It's a 1v3. He will be able to get bombed down here in this situation, but he's got a lot of work left to do now.
And somehow Jay Blums is going to get this dink. And I can sadly feel it here. Toasty.
There it is. The caster cursor call, whatever you want to call it. A great call there, Allen. But
I just
get the dink.
I felt it in my bones, dude. In the worst way. I mean, the man got 2 with the XM. One's all right, but 2, and it's just. Hopefully that doesn't take whatever momentum we saw Darkest Hour have. They did get the bomb down. They still have a hill to climb, but there is a way to do this, and we see right there, Pauls comes through, and Nova has himself the gun he's been desiring for oh so long, the op.
And it looks like there's some net issues here on the server.
Nova got DDoSed.
And Hippo did as well.
So did Hippo. Hippo literally said, I'm being Nova and
so maybe
stuffing?
A server issue?
I don't know.
Okay. There we go.
All's well. Well, hopefully anyways.
Hopefully.
Everyone's ping does look stable. Packet loss, though, to be determined.
Yes.
And this is the make or break round here for Darkest Hour. They have to win this. There's no way around it. They're broke if not, and at that point, Hyper have 14. A broke round, you have to either force buy save, and it's just potentially downhill from there.
Yeah, and you see the XM4 staying out for Jay Blums here. Looking to find more with the shotty. As it looks like you got 2 towards Banana, 1 in spawn, and 2 holding these apps area. You want to be a little bit careful. You should know that he still has that XM4. But a good angle here from Mustang. They're looking for this point of contact. MJB going to smoke off this mid. Maybe try to work around and find something here. And there comes the swing. It's going to be 1. It's going to be 2 for Toasty. Demos will trade out stuffing, but a good opening there as Gur gets 2. And all of a sudden, it's a 4v1.
Jay Blums almost continuing his reign of terror. But does get taken out, and it's going to be Skip last alive. And he's looking to save this because we do see Hyper. They've got money, but it's not in the best case scenario. Gur might actually get called out here. No. Head on a goddamn swivel. Lands the headshot, even though Skip was starting to clear the angle.
I know, a great play there from Darkest Hour. It all started with Gur there, as Gur was able to find 3 in the round. Those 2 from steps inside apartments were huge for his side, as that really opened things up now. 6-13. starting to open things back up here as Darkest Hour closing that gap slowly but surely. We got ourselves a game now a little bit on.
Yeah, and I think this, I think some of the things are starting to be checked off here. Darkest Hour, they won Pistol, they won the Force Spy, they reset the economy. This nade stack's going to hurt a little bit. Toasty, getting touched up just a little there, and now we see Gur starting to activate. He's getting these confident kills, which is something you need. He was slow in the first half, but already more than doubled his kills currently, as he sits 9 and 15, so picking up the pace, and this is exactly what Darkest Hour need to, continue, hopefully, stringing these rounds together.
No, exactly. You mentioned it. Gur finding that confidence has been huge so far for this side as Flash comes through. Nova still holding this mid with the op. It's the 5 pistols. You don't want to give Team Hyper any confidence here as Gur's going to work up towards apartments by himself now. Maybe be able to find something. This A site looks pretty open if they do want to rotate this. So far, no push has come through. Down to 50 seconds. They got to start making a decision here if you are Darkest Hour. And it looks like it might be that push towards the middle, and it will be as they rotate this towards A. You have one up in apartments that can sort of start getting you activated. But this site's pretty open as you have 3 towards the other side.
Yeah, it's going to be all in the back of Skip here. If he can get 1 or 2 here, could cause some havoc, but Gur continuing. Why not make it a double through the smoke there onto Hippo Saver. Great rounds from him. Great couple of rounds coming out. And again, that's exactly what we need here. A smooth take into sight. Team Hyper with not too much to really lose financial-wise as they look to maybe take a few Nova playing the support role. Uncannily missed shot there. Stuffing finds one. J-Blum with a quick trade. Nova does eventually find the necessary shot. And it's Mustang 1-on-4 as Darkest Hour looking to close this one out with minimal losses. But then again, Mustang still lurking about to be... picks up an AK as well.
Yeah, getting out with this AK could be big for him here. Going into that next round, we will see another buy coming in for Team Hyper. SKB won't have to worry about a buy now that they have this AK and the money can go around. But another good round from Darkest Hour here. They've cut the lead to 6. They're looking good. Gur has really stepped it up. That kill through the smoke was fantastic. Now 11 and 15 only had 4 kills on the front half of that map.
Gur, yeah.
So a great turnaround for Gur, already doubling up on his kills, and this is a different Darkest Hour team than we saw in that first half.
Yeah, again, it's all off the back of these instrumental players like Gur getting the necessary kills, but the utility damage has been pretty on point for Hyper. They haven't been able to only win a single round, but the early chip damage just, that it eventually starts tearing away at you, and at that point, the M4s, they don't need to land a double headshot. They just need a single one, head armor or not at that point, so it's exactly what they need, but it is going to be maybe a little bit of a sneaky play from MJB. Does find some damage, but can't get the kill, and that's Skip giving Team Hyper, yeah, honestly, that early man advantage. Hopefully, Darkest Hour can find a little something on this B site.
Yeah, only 2 towards this B side. It's going to be Deimos, and it looks like... Mustang, yes. Over towards this B side is now 4 members are coming over. This is a good opportunity to get back into this round, but you got to find these openings as Mustang's up top. Deimos tucked in a box. Nothing will fall, and Deimos and Mustang find their first 2. And they make this much harder now as Gur, though, picks up another 2v4. This round is not completely over. You could still find a way through this. Angle through the smoke. He will be able to find it. A great shot from J Blums. Takes down Gur. All down to Nova with the op, and he will fall. 14-7 now. Team Hyper gets 1 more closer to that number 16.
Yeah, it's that early damage that just kind of started to pick away at them, and then the man advantage for Team Hyper. That's what they need. I mean, at this point, it seemingly goes the way of whoever has that early first pick seems to take the round. I mean, Darkest Hour still made it pretty close. They had to open B site, but that smallest sliver of a gap in that smoke just gave Deimos the ability to take out that bomb planter. Oh, Nova with the shot towards Skip, even though Skip got run boosted across, jumped straight into him, and now Toasty might want to take this. Oh, Damo's burning heavily. But he's being peak stuffing. Gets his head absolutely taken off.
Yeah, now 4v4 here. Still no true advantage for either team in this situation. A minute 24 on the clock. Hippo over by A. He has a little bit of reinforcements. 2v2. It looks like it's going to be another B push here. What I've noticed with Darkest Hour is they've favored this B side a lot more than Team Hyper, and they've been very successful with it. They just need to get these opening kills this time through, as last time they just weren't able to find it. Mustang's going to be the big one here, as he's going to be up top. He will find the first. Takes down Gur. Flash comes out. Bomb goes down. Deimos and Mustang combine for 3 on site. Nova finds one more. Makes this a little bit more doable for himself. Ooh. He hits the no-scope on the Mustang, and it's a 1v2 Hippo Saber on the flank, though, and J Blum's coming from the front.
If Nova can just somehow put himself in a good position, which is exactly what he's doing, to kind of segregate these last 2 players so he can get the 101s tucked in towards Dark, it's going to be a hard angle for anybody to clear. He still has 30 seconds time to work with, but Hyper are just going to let him plant if need be, let him think he's comfortable enough to get this, unless he somehow can find a way to challenge these players with just 17 seconds left.
Yeah, and they're going to wait for that sound of that plant. There it comes. Is someone going to check? He knows where one is. Now they know where he is. As Hippo Saber moves positions. Is going to push up now, and he should get the kill. He will. 7-15. We are on to match point as Hippo Saber finally getting reactivated here. He's been a little bit quieter here on this CT side, but gets kill number 28 to close out that round. Oh, now Team Hyper just 1 round away, and Darkest Hour onto that pistol.
Yeah, and this is the last chance here. There's nothing else really left. I mean, it's a Tech 9 and a pair of AKs with a Deagle. So it's not the worst buy. Anytime you have Tech 9s, it's a good buy, really, as long as the armor's thrown in there. But, again, the way Team Hyper have been looking, everyone's going to need to be able to hit their shots at this point to make sure Darkest Hour have something left, maybe one more round left in the tank.
Yeah, no, and it's going to be tough here, but Darkest Hour could make this happen. You see a lot of members over towards this A site. They need to find this opening. You need to get Gur's a rifle activated here, as SKP is going to be tagged down, but Blum's going to get the trade out on stuffing. Shots are going to ring through the smoke. Nothing's found. And it all comes down to a man advantage here for Team Hyper after all that.
Yeah, Skip somehow able to get away on 7 HP and still getting himself into a position towards lane to start closing out this round and maybe this match even. Not too much left for Darkest Hour. They're down to 45 seconds. They can rotate, but the time for that window is about to close, if not very soon.
Yeah, no, you have to commit to this A side now, and that's exactly what they'll do as you see the push out coming. They find the first. Nova will fall. But it's looking tough now. As there comes J Blums. He finds the first onto Toasty. Gur finds one himself. But J Blums finds another Gur. Makes it a 2v2.
They have some smokes here for the CT side, but Gur throwing out the last flash they have as they're going to try and get themselves into a crossfire. Nova on site and Gur towards mini pit, which is a good position for both them. We do see the Oppo and Deimos still around, and that's going to be hard to retake. Mustang swinging his way up towards lane, making some noise. Gur finds one, peeks into Deimos, maybe a little bit too wide. Deimos does have a kid. He has a smoke, and Nova playing this one slowly, clearing some angles, but Deimos hits the no-scope, and there it is. That's GG's on the board, and just a split second there. And what a round it was, as we do see Darkest Hour falling. They started to make a run at it towards the end of it, but really it was just too big a hill to climb at that point.
Yeah, and, I mean, you got to give MVP to Hippo there. I mean, the guy was doing it all for that T side, and that's what really put this game apart, in my opinion. I mean, you mentioned it early on in the game. The scoreboard looked pretty similar outside of Hippo. Hippo was just so far ahead at times where he was able to dictate this match, and he led to the Team Hyper win there.
Yeah, I mean, it really was a great match for Hyper, or sorry, well, for Hyper, yes, but Hippo specifically. I'm not sure if he closed out on 30 or not, but he was damn close to it. Nova having his moments early on, towards the end, but it just was enough. But thankfully, we did see Gurr picking up his pace. So, first half struggles, first half woes, stuffing as well. But, he was the B-site player, so it's a little bit, you're rotating into a broken site. And, I mean, I think they Hyper went B 3 times maybe total that first half. So it's a big ask, but the fact is we didn't see the mental break for Darkest Hour. They stuck with it. They still pulled quite a few rounds, made it at least mildly competitive there towards the end. And if the first half was just better like we saw early on, then this would have easily swung towards a victory for Darkest Hour.
100%. I mean, looking at the stats now, Hippo finishing 28-13, 1.2 kill ratio, 2.5 KD damage, off the charts, and then it was just solid play from his teams all around. And then for the side of Darkest Hour, Toasty and Gurr finished out the strongest for their side. I mean, 18-16 for Toasty, 15-18 for Gurr. Really, the biggest turnaround was Gurr there. A lot to take away from that match, in my opinion. I mean, you have a lot to build on confidence-wise if you are someone like Gurr. The huge turnaround in that second half of that map was huge for them. But it's back to the drawing table, and I think Darkest Hour will be fine. They just got to refocus and find themselves again.
Yeah, and you have the seasoned players like Stuffing and Nova who've been in these positions before, and they're guys that could easily bring a team back up again within the team itself. But tonight there will be no interview. Team elected more for the talks than to just chat with us at this point. So that's probably the best route to go. Back drawing board. Reevaluate yourself. What went wrong? Because a lot of teams right after a loss they go back VOD review.
Yep.
The teams that actually care to compete, and Darkest Hour are definitely a team that cares to compete. So good on them for making that decision. And I think that's probably the best choice for them. But that's gonna be it for us. Thank you, Parker. Even though you didn't have CS:GO downloaded, we still got here. Doesn't matter. We made it work. But it was great, and shout yourself out.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Always a pleasure casting for LCA. Love Darkest Hour. Shout out Heck. Love those guys over there at Darkest Hour. Hopefully we'll be on some games soon now that I'm back in the flow, moved around, and have everything set up once again now that I have CS:GO. But yeah, it was a fun cast with you all.
Oh, thank you, man. Again, I am All In Game. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch, and we will see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.